Okay guys, welcome to another episode of, well, not so much an episode, it's the fourth part of Amiga Shmups. I've got links to the first three videos that I've done, basically just looking at various shmups on the Amiga, some excellent, some not bad, and some downright pish. So anyway, to kick things off for this fourth video, we are looking at Blasteroids, which was obviously a conversion of the arcade game. This came out in 1989 on the Amiga. It also came out on the 8-bits and also the Atari ST, but we're not interested in that, so let's take a wee shot. Right away you could probably hear the music is excellent. This was kinda an oops a daisy, what's going on here? Ah right, okay, I've just change ships. This was basically, this was basically a sort of an updated version of Asteroids. Although it does play pretty different. I mean, it's got the same obviously sort of style, ship in the middle of the screen rotating, the thrusting, etc. But really nice skinny bass sound in the Amiga, it was always good for that. Now what you need to do here is, you can see I am at the bottom sort of left, and you can basically pick what screen you want to go to. I think the idea being you've got to try and clear each area. Controls are left and right, pushing forward makes you thrust forwards, pulling back changes you into a different ship. Why can't I thrust? Let's just change back to that wee one. Now I've not played the arcade one much, but from what I can remember this looks like a pretty much spot on conversion. You'd definitely be happy with this if Blasteroids was your thing. Some nice skinny bas relief graphics. So anyway, yep, that is Blasteroids. I say that was released in 1989. Let's batter on. Okay, this is Datastorm. This was released by Visionary Design in 1989. Now I do remember seeing screenshots of this in the magazines back in the day and being quite excited. It did look rather nice. I can't really remember much about it. How do we play this? Right, you can see there's various options. Let's just go for F1. Right, okay. I'm obviously using the joystick here. Well, I'm not using the joystick, I'm using the Xbox 360 controller, which probably isn't the best controller for something like this. Now you can see it's playing ridiculously fast, which is nice. Whoops, there is it. Are these bad? I think they are. Whoops. Now it does have more than a passing resemblance to Defender, which is no bad thing. Oof! Now I am playing this under emulation. I don't know if this is playing quicker than it should. I wouldn't think so, because in the main the emulator I'm using, WinUAE, does play pretty much spot on. I do remember this game being pretty quick. I like the explosions, I like that a lot. Yeah, it's just extremely fast. But it looks really nice. sound effects are sort of quite sparse, but they're what you want. I'm glad I didn't put any music or anything. Come on! Let's try and complete a level if I can. Hey! Ah, is that some power up or something, is it? I'm not quite sure what that is. Now, wait a minute, is it like... Is this like Defender where you've got to drop zone, you've got to put the wee guys into the portal? I think it is. Yep, there we go. It's kind of got more than a passing there's resemblance to drop zone, which is no bad thing. Get that, whatever that does. Now this game would be really nice on keys, it really would. Because all these games should really be played with keys. Defender was written to be played with keys, not joystick. Oof! It's got to be worth it just for the explosion effect. Anyway, that's excellent. That is an old game, but it's really nice. That's Datastorm. Right, okay, this is Insects in Space. Now, I can remember hearing about this game. That's right, it was written by Sensible Software. I can remember hearing about this game. I don't think I've ever played it. Love the insect sound effect. So, anyway, no idea what it's about. Written in 1991, it was published by Hewson, but as I say, it was written by Sensible Software. Right, okay. So it is a Defender, but with insects, and what are you, sort of flying, not a cherub, don't know what you'd call it, a fairy or something? I mean, graphically it's not bad. What the hell is that? Is that a baby or something? Oh, right, there's a scanner there, okay, so... Right, so you've got a top and bottom part of the screen, right. So it's kinda a bit like, is it Sheep in Space? Released by Jeff Minter on the C64, you had a planet above and a planet below. Right, okay. Now, I don't know whether this was a budget game or not. It looks nice. I'm not overly convinced in the scrolling, it's kind of not too smooth. And I certainly wouldn't be happy paying full price for a game like this. I'm sure it was released into Commodore 64 actually. I think that's where I first heard of this game. The blue thing's what I'm trying to kill, I think it is. Yeah, right, okay, that's alright. It's alright for a quick 5-minute blast. Like I said, it'd be alright as a budget game, but I wouldn't want to pay 20-30 quid for that. That is Insects in Space. Let's batter on. Okay, this is Agony. Not quite literally, well it is quite literally Agony. I think I actually made that joke when I looked at this game a few weeks ago in an earlier video, but anyway, it was worth a second outing. Now, graphically and sonically, this game is awesome. And I think it's loading, I'm not quite sure. Yep, here we go. This game was released in 1992 and it's quite distinctively a Psygnosis game. Psygnosis being really famous for their absolutely incredible graphics and amazing sound. The fact it takes a wee while to load, you obviously know you're going to get something special, hopefully. But you don't mind waiting too much because you've got the excellent music to listen to. So yeah, here we go. Agony, it's probably the only game that I'm aware of where you actually play the part of an owl. And you unceremoniously explode into a million pieces. Can I kill that thing? I'm not quite sure if I can. Well, I can. Yeah, I mean the graphics aren't what you would expect for a shoot 'em up, but they are really nice. Ah, bollocks. I like that kind of special effect when the owl just kind of reappears. What the hell that is, I don't want to know. Did I pick that up? No, I don't. Is that game over? I think it might well be. Let's go in once more, it's certainly worth a second play. Right, okay, there was a bit of a delay in between restarting the game, probably because of the fancy graphics. It has to kind of load them all back in again. I wasn't too sure if I could actually touch the rocks. I wasn't sure if you actually die, but you don't, so. Come on, you sod. It certainly makes it a tad easier knowing that you can actually play the full screen rather than trying to stay in the middle of the screen like I was doing earlier on. Ah, what happened there? I've got absolutely no idea what killed me there. And that's bad, I think, is it? I don't know if it was or not. Has that made my kind of bullet thing bigger? Love the music though, really sets the kind of sets the scene of the game. And you can see there my bullets are definitely getting bigger. It's just a pity I can't get down there to start shooting things. Ah, balls. Oof. Yeah, That is brilliant. That is Agony, and that was released by Psygnosis in 1992. Okay, this is N Carnage. Now I think they've missed out the T, because I think they're trying to get Captain, but there's no T in that, so that's why it's called N Carnage. Now if the game is anything to go by, or sorry, if the title screen's anything to go by, it doesn't bode well. But anyway, who am I to start judging without even having played the game? This was released in 1991 by a company called Energize. What on earth? Go with team. Now it does say it's a horizontal shooter, so I wasn't expecting some kind of sort of choice. Oh dearie me. Oh. Right, what's actually happening here? Alright, okay. How would I describe this? It's not really what I would call a shoot 'em up. Well, it is kind of, but it's one where you're obviously able to move at your own sort of pace. I mean, sound isn't bad, it's pretty minimal. Some nice kind of explosions going on. Oops, including me when I blow up. Craft disabled? I would say absolutely blew to bits. Craft down, power out, next in Armageddon. I didn't catch the last bit there of that. Now this was released in 1991, so it wasn't even an early game. Now again, I'm hoping that this would have been a budget game. I mean, it's quite slow paced, and it's not what I would really term as a shoot 'em up. The graphics are what you would call usable. Right, now what? Craft. What? I mean, craft disabled. Yeah, alright, okay, area cleared, prepare for new stage. Right. Oh, we're now getting to scroll up and down. In fact, this is. Oh, yeah, so it's scrolling 8-way. Yeah, anyway, listen, I think we've seen enough of this. This is N Carnage. It's, if you're looking for a fast paced arcade shooter, then look away now, because this isn't going to do anything for you at all. I mean, it's not a bad little game, but it's not what I'd class as a shoot 'em up. So anyway, yep, that is N Carnage. Right, okay, this is Darius. Yep, it shares the same name as the sort of famous Konami shooter. Now, it was released by The Edge before he went on to play bass guitar in U2. Released in 1989. Never even heard of this game. Well, I've heard of Darius, but I don't know whether this is going to be the same game or whether they've just pinched the name. And that's one thing I didn't like about sort of digitised sound like that. As soon as you press the fire button, it just stops suddenly rather than kind of fades away. But The Edge were quite a big company back in the day. And here we go. So I'm talking pish, it's not Konami, it's Taito. So yeah, here we go. This is Darius by Taito. I didn't even know this was on the Amiga. Now this is a good game. Whether this version is good is another thing. We shall soon find out, no doubt. Yeah, what happened there? Right, okay, so I can't actually touch the green. So how am I supposed to kill these things? I mean, graphically, it's alright. It's quite kinda cluttered. The sprites are awfully big. Let's go back in for another shot. In 1989, so it was quite an early game on the Amiga. So I certainly wasn't aware. I'd certainly never, I mean, I'd heard of the game, but I wasn't aware it was out. You know, the graphics are kinda cartoony, but the graphics just seem that wee bit too big, making it feel very kinda claustrophobic. Balls. I mean, it's certainly by no means a bad conversion. Whoops, no, I don't die now. Help! Where am I? Oh, I'm back there again. Right, okay. Whoa! Yeah. Is that game over? Oh no, it's not. We're still going. Alright, I'm guessing this is some sort of end of level baddie type thing. A huge battleship. Fatty glutton is approaching. Okay, bring on Fatty. Wait a minute, where is he? Where's he going? Oh, there he is. Right, I recognise that thing. Large fish. I'm not quite sure where his weak spot is. I don't appear to be taking any energy off him at all. Nah. Game over. Yeah, that is the official port of Darius on the Commodore Amiga. So I never even knew that game existed. It's not bad, it's not the greatest shoot 'em up in the world, but it's not a bad retake on a classic arcade game. Okay, this is Forgotten Worlds. This is a conversion of the Capcom game, and it was released on Amiga by US Gold in 1989. Now, I remember buying this game. It looks amazing, but I'm sure it's pretty difficult. So let's go F1 for a one-player game. Did you find the guy? Some really nice kind of hand-drawn graphics. Now, I can't remember exactly how this controls. The arcade. Yeah, the arcade, you could, I think it had a spinner or something where you could actually rotate. You could move independently and rotate the gun. Right, I'm not really sure how to work this, because holding the fire button and then moving left and right, all it does is spin. I mean, graphically and sonically it looks really nice. I'm never a big fan of games, arcade games, especially shoot 'em up games where I've got music playing, because it's all about having sound effects so you know what you're doing and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can't really get to grips with this at all. Ah, right, okay. Right, well, no, I thought I'd kinda sussed it. Yeah, anytime I move, I seem to rotate the gun. So I'm not really doing this game justice. It certainly looks really nice. I do remember it was bloody difficult even back in the day, but that's Forgotten Worlds, guys, and that was released in 1989 by US Gold. Okay, this is called Ilyad, and it was released in 1992 by Ubisoft, and apparently it's a horizontal shoot 'em up. How do we start? I'm not quite sure how we actually start this game. Right, it looks like we're being forced to watch some kind of intro thing. Is this the game starting now? Here's hoping. Right, here we go. Am I going to crash into that? Yep. Whoa. Whoops, a daisy. A bit of corruption going on there. And it's your standard R-type fare. Am I going to crash into that? I think I am. Yep. Bollocks. I mean, graphically wise, it's not bad. Right, I'm guessing I can get. Right, it doesn't like when you touch the. Right, I don't know what's going on there. Right, anyway, listen, I'm not going to bother playing that again. Not if it's going to start corrupting all over the place. That is Ilyad, and that was 1992, released by Ubisoft. Okay, this is Dragon Breed, a conversion of an arcade game. It was released by Activision in 1990. Right, okay, I remember this game. Graphically, it's not bad at all. Nice smooth scrolling as well. Now, I did get a choice of either sound effects or music, so I also went for the sound effects. Don't know whether the actual arcade game had a sort of musical track in it at all. Really not too sure. Now, I'm not quite sure, does the tail, can you kill things with the tail? I'm really not too sure. I mean, I don't think you can really. Ah, right, so it's got this sort of R-type. You hold the fire button down like so, then it spits a big thing. And it's got the standard sampled sound effect fare, which was quite a common thing in the early days of 16-bit. Oops. Why can we not pick up that thing? Ah, right, okay, so you can sort of you can whip them with your tail. Let's try one more go. Right, so I can kind of burn them with my fiery breath. I think that's what that power thing up, or that power up thing that I've picked up earlier on there. Right, what the hell is that? Did I die there? I need to get my vibrating finger going here to try and destroy these things. No chance. I think one of the sort of problems you've got nowadays is, you know, we've obviously got access to MAME, so we've got access to the, you know, the real versions of these games, but back in 1990 there was no such thing as MAME. You had the arcade, and you had to rely on a good sort of home version. But nowadays it's just so easy to think, well, why would I play this when I can play the arcade version? Bloody hell, that's brutal. Let's try and whip them, that's more like it. Ah! Yeah, that's actually not too bad, guys. That is Dragon Breed, released in 1990 by Activision. Right, okay, this rather jolly game is Blood Money by Psygnosis, released in 1989. Right, how do we start the bloody game? Fire when ready, I'm ready, okay. F1 to start. Oh, we should have turned the music off, shouldn't we? Right, here we go. Ah, now I remember this. If I remember rightly, it kind of reminded me very much of, is it not Tiger Heli? There's an arcade game that you control a wee helicopter. You can't seem to destroy these. Oops. Oh, that was close. Ah, bollocks. I mean, the graphics are excellent. I could probably use sound effects rather than music, to be honest with you, but this is actually really nice. For an early Amiga game, it's actually excellent. Ah, balls. let's see if we can turn music off. Music off, so F3. Sound on, right, let's go. F1 to start a one-player game. That's more like it. Yeah, it's a slower paced shoot 'em up, but it's really nice. So I'm guessing you'll get shops or something that you can upgrade. Wow, bollocks. Oops. I need to kill that bloody thing before it kills me. Ah, damn it. Whoa. It's going to be a bit hairy now. Okay, right, anyway, listen, that's excellent. That's Blood Money, released by Psygnosis in 1989. Let's take a look at another couple of games, guys.
Welcome to Gold Runner.
Yep, it's Gold Runner. This was one of the very first games I ever played on 16-bit. I had this on the Atari ST. Right, and it's not... Ah, right, okay, it's using the mouse, which is going to be interesting. Right. It's using the mouse to control, which is going to be nigh on impossible. Now this was one of these games that it looked incredible. You know, you looked at static shots of this game, it just looked amazing. But the biggest problem with this game is the speed and the fact that graphics come towards you. The actual screen is quite a small screen, so you don't really get any you don't get any sort of prior warning of when something's going to hit you. There's no like radar or anything at all. But playing this, bollocks, playing this using a mouse is not recommended. But this was, like I said, this was one of the first games I ever got from a 16-bit, and you know, it had the amazing graphics, it had sampled speech, it had pretty good music as well. It just seemed like an amazing game, but you very quickly realise that it's not actually that good a game. Now, is there some way of starting it with a keyboard? Nope, it doesn't look like it. I mean, from a technical point of view, it's a pretty stunning looking game. I would love to know who did the voice for that. It was a bit like a sort of Uridium of its day, but a lot more difficult. Yeah, anyway, listen, that's enough of that one. That is Gold Runner, and that was released in 1987, so you can tell just how old a game it is. by Microdeal. Okay, this is Uridium 2, released by Renegade, and it was coded by Andrew Braybrook, who was a bit of a legendary coder on the C64. Now obviously we all know Uridium 1, which was an astonishing game for the C64. I don't recall ever actually playing the Amiga version. Now, first impressions are, this looks really nice. I mean, graphically this looks gorgeous. The one problem I can foresee is in this game there are some things that you cannot fly into, you've got to avoid, and it's not always that obvious, the things you can and cannot fly into. I think this could possibly be a problem in this game. But graphically this is excellent. I'm really not sure how I missed this. I mean, this was released in 1993. Yeah, I think I still had my Amiga at this point. Is it as good as the original Uridium on the C64? I'm not so sure. I think for me the original Uridium was such an incredible looking game. It was cleaner looking, and you could at least, although it was a difficult game, you could see exactly what you had to do. This is slightly too cluttered looking. It's not obvious what you really have to do here. I mean, they've obviously, you've got different weapons here as well. Now, in the original you had to shoot so many baddies and then it would tell you to land. Oops. I mean, graphically it looks lovely. Sound wise, looks really nice, or sounds really nice as well. Scrolling, it's not silky smooth, and that was a massive part of the original on the C64. But is this a good game? Yeah, I would say it is. I just wish I knew when I could actually land. I've just noticed down the bottom there you've actually got a little radar thing, which I hadn't noticed there. So at least you've got some kind of idea of what's coming towards you. Right, landing now, so what I now need to do is, without dying hopefully, come on, land! Land! Is it here, maybe? Right, I don't know how to land. I'm going to end up getting killed here, I know I am. Come on! Now, to me that looks like the runway. Have I landed? Hey, there we go. Right, so I am controlling this little guy here, very similar to Forgotten Worlds. I guess I'm trying to destroy this thing without hitting my head off it. yeah, that's not too bad. It's not. I prefer the original C64 one, I've got to say, but that's quite a nice version anyway. Let's take a look at one last game, guys. Okay, right, this is the very last game we're going to look at in this video, guys. This is Defender 2. This was released by the mighty Jeff Minter. Music by Martin Walker. Now, I don't recall ever playing this. Now, how do we start? Is it? Ah, right, okay, so it's... Is it going to use the mouse or is it going to use the joystick? Right, interestingly, it's using the joystick. Not the joystick, the mouse I should say. So how do I... Right, so left thrusts, right changes... Right changes controls. Right, now how do we actually fire? Right, hang on, I'm going to pause this a second, guys. Okay, right, apparently, let's start again. Apparently left shift fires, so let's find out. Right, now to be fair, there are different control options. I just couldn't figure out how to actually start it, but yeah, Jeff Minter was always one for trying to sort of push the boundaries of controls and that kind of stuff. I think this would take a wee bit getting used to. Right, okay. Can we start again? Let's go to options. Right, control mode, we want to change that to... Ah, bollocks, you can't even change it to joystick. Right, let's try Defender 2. I like the music, it's pretty cool. Right, I'm not so keen on the graphics of this one. At least the other one tried to retain a sort of an original look, or a look to copy the original, I should say. Right, you know what? There you go. No, I don't want to turn on the sticky keys. Anyway, listen, that's enough of that, guys. That is Defender 2, and that was released by Lamasoft, programmed by Jeff Minter. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If there's any particular games you want to see featured in the next, probably there's definitely going to be a part 5 of this, because there's so many good shoot-em-ups for the Amiga. Then just ping the thing below. But as usual, guys, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And very lastly, thank you so much for watching.